Hey, it's Edge here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Bitcoin. I'll cover wave analysis with the Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one coin over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on daily time frame and checking out this structure here again. On daily time frame we see that we have had this trend line quite a while for here, since basically the lows of June 18th. Since then we've just been climbing RSI higher and higher, and now we are already getting to the pretty high areas of RSI. However, not on daily anything alarming as of yet. On 4 hour we have basically the same thing here. If we are zooming out a bit, we can see that on RSI we have this ascending trend line here that we tapped into quite a few times since we made that pivot here on the June 18th. Or the start of this whole structure. We also have these higher or lower high trend line drawn here as well as a descending trend line here on the top, and it is possible that we are again going to be testing this once again. We already tested it here, which is this peak, so I'm not quite sure what is happening here. We do have that bearish divergence all around here. This structure here compared to this one as well, suggesting that, okay, we should be coming down soon. On 1 hour, I don't have anything here, but let's check out the 30-minute. We have this very local time frame, again, just before yesterday's CPI numbers. We had this low put in place. We were thinking about this being a far-away move and looking for possibly one more low here. We did not have it, so the original idea of this being a contracting diagonal would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the right one. We did have that divergence here, so yeah, it was possible that it ended here. We were searching, however, one more low here, so I did not capitalize on this move at all. Unfortunate, but that's sometimes what happens. Now, since these lows, again, we had this trend line that has been broken down here. We have had two different swing failure patterns of taking first of these highs here from the July 30th with this peak, and then another one right after just an hour ago or 2 hours ago, something like that, and yeah, coming down quite fast as well on that case. But we'll look into those structures in just a moment. Overall, bullish and bearish ideas we have pretty much the same. Check out the bull first. In this one we are looking for this as a 1-2, another 1-2, 1-2, and then higher price. We have not yet reached the 1.618 of this original move, so we can't be too bullish yet. So once this is again reached, then I think we can turn more bullish. There's definitely more upside here, as these are going to be the major resistance areas for Bitcoin around the 28 to 32k. The bearish idea we had overall was a WXY, looking for this Y to complete. In here we would have this as an A, B, and then looking for C wave for the wave Y. We have not reached the 0.618 extension of the A wave for the wave C here on this micro or red count. We did reach the WXY target here on higher time frame of that 0.618, but again we need to also have the lower time frame target hit. Now we are getting those divergences happening here on lower time frames, so I'm not quite sure if this is just the first wave of this wave C, then getting this pullback for wave 2, and then 3, 4, and 5 getting us closer to this 1-to-1 extension for this higher time frame WXY. We would also at that point get closer to this 1.382 and 1.236, which is again default targets for an ABC move. 1-to-1 is definitely the first we would be looking for the most. There's also some kind of diagonals that we could be looking at. There's multiple variations of these. One would be saying that we have an 1, 2. This would be 3 and then 4. because if we want to be creating a expanding diagonal, we can just measure this out as we see wave 3 is larger than wave 1, which would mean by the ways that I'm measuring diagonals, that this indeed is going to be larger. So wave 4 needs to be larger as well. So, and again, diagonals should not interfere with the price or the trend lines of diagonals. So again, we would have something like this. However, that does not really seem to be fitting too much at the moment. So there is also some other combinations in which we have the wave 2 here and have this as a 1, 2 like so. Again, still at that point, we would have this third wave larger than first. So again, we would need larger, or this trend line going away from wave 3, so basically being larger than wave 2. However, that is definitely not the look that we have here. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what is going on, to be honest. If we are looking for ABC in here with the same structures, we could be looking at as such as A, B, and then C here. At that point, we would be possibly creating this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then using these trend lines as that converging factor. And yeah, that would allow us to have this divergence here between the third and fifth that would be coming up, and yeah, that would pivot us lower and allowing us to have this whole structure completed as an ABC. Hopefully that makes sense. Even though there's lots of different lines here. On the lower time frame, let's take a look at that as well before we go and end this whole thing. Bullish scenario in which we were thinking this as the wave 1, then looking for wave 2, and then higher prices. Okay, let's take a look at that instead. So where do I have it? Maybe this one? Yeah. So overall, in the bullish idea, instead of A here, this would be just the wave 1, and this would be the wave 2. And since then, we would be looking this as more bullishly. On both counts, we are looking for 5-way move here. In this ABC, we are again looking for 25.3 as the minimum of this whole structure. And on the bullish count, we don't really have the smallest requirement, as we can of course create this as a 1, 2, another 1, 2 here, and then higher. So looking at this here, it definitely feels like we could be coming to an end soon. We are getting these bearish divergences. However, this last peak here did erase some of the divergences that we had come in here. If we are looking at this here compared here, we were creating quite a few different bearish divergences. None of these didn't really affect the price too much. The last one we had here, and we just did not really take 1.5%. That's really nothing compared to this whole structure move of 10%. So yeah, sometimes they just don't play out too well as you wish. What else did we have? On 1 hour, we can still see that there is divergences in play. On 30-minute as well, however, not that much anymore. This is definitely not an easy structure to count. Before these current highs, we could have said that we had this as a 1, 2, then possibly 3 wave and 4. Why is the chart moving so much? So we had the possibility of having this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Having an ending diagonal here would have looked pretty okay to me. Now we have created this structure here, which is definitely not a very good looking one. I can't really see us doing this and then another small wave and then doing this. It would be looking pretty bad. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. If we are looking at a possible 3-way structure in here instead, I think that might be looking a bit better. Instead, we would label it like this, and then this would be a W, then 3 ways back into X, and then higher. at this point. Let's take a look at the measurement targets. We are right around that 1-to-1 extension here. Did not quite hit it. If I have these properly, yeah, did not quite hit it. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what is going on at the moment. This definitely can be seen as 3 waves, pullback, and 3 waves again. So this could be a WXY completed. With a bullish scenario in mind, I unfortunately don't have that very properly thought out. I just can't get that look properly played out or labeled here. But that's sometimes that happens. You just get, you just can't label it the way you want to. And later on, once the price again develops, you have the more possibilities. But at this moment, unfortunately, I don't have that. But what am I looking for at the moment is a retracement of this move back to around the golden pocket or the 0.5, looking for some kind of confluence around here to move the price back down here or up from here on these levels. Again, from the top, we have created already 2 swing failure patterns from these and these highs. I'm not quite sure. This does not really look too impulsive. The first move, of course, seemed quite impulsive. If we're even going to 15 second, I'm not sure if this is going to add any value. This definitely looks more like a 3-way pullback than anything else. So does this. This, however, here looks like 5 waves. But we can't really have this as a 3, 3, and 5 because we don't get enough retracement here for a flat pattern. So again, 15 seconds, yeah, probably shouldn't go that low. But we'll see how it turns out. At the moment, I'm not trading this one. Most likely, if I'm going to be playing, I'm going to be playing the indices as they look to be better at this very moment. But if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.